I still wish I had time to start going my yard. Good morning, everyone. My name is Connie Wynn. I'm the Executive Director of the OAR Racing Commission. Hello and welcome. It is now 10 a.m. on Tuesday, June 23rd, 2026, and I serve as the Executive Director for the Oregon Racing Commission. Today, however, I am acting as a presiding officer to receive public comments on the Commission's proposed rule amendment of OAR 462-130-0005, adds framework to ensure safety of equine and human participants. If you wish to provide comments via Teams participation, please raise your electronic hand. We'll collect your information and call upon you for your comments. The notice for this hearing provides that the purpose of this hearing is to hear proposed rule amendments for OAR 462-130-0005. This is the process we will follow to receive information in an orderly manner. We will provide ample time to consider the proposed rule language. I will receive statements from the proponents of the rule, if any, first. I will receive statements from opponents of the rule, if any. Then I will receive statements from any other people present who wish to be heard. Part of number 4, receive statements from a person which will be heard, will also include me providing any feedback the Oregon Racing Commission has already gained. As presiding officer, I may ask clarifying questions of anyone making a statement at the hearing. I may also permit other commissioners present to ask clarifying questions. Not any commissioners present. There will be no additional statements provided by anyone until requested or permitted by the presiding officer, which is me. Depending on how the testimony is going, I may set limits for oral presentation and may exclude cumulative, repetitive, or immaterial matters. Please be aware that we are recording this hearing, so please identify yourself and speak clearly. Last day and time to provide comments or any other information from the commission to consider when reviewing this is July 18th, 2026 at 11:55 p.m. We welcome all your comments and suggestions. Please be aware that once this hearing is over, it is important that the commission receives any additional written testimony you wish the commission to consider by July 18th, 2026, 11:55 p.m. After this hearing is over, I will be preparing an oral report for the commission, the information provided during this hearing. It is my understanding that the plan is for the commission to act on this rule during the regular meeting scheduled to be held on August 20th, 2026 at 1:30 p.m. via video conference. At this time, I will accept any opposition first. Okay, proponents. Anyone who is in favor of this rule from the public? Is there anyone on the call? Hearing no one. Is there anyone from the public that opposes this rule? As I hear none, I will receive statements from any other persons present who wish to be heard. And I think this is an appropriate time for me to read the comments that I've gotten in, which I will forward to Malia to post on the websites as per our requirements. Director Micah Lloyd, would you or Director Karen Parkman mind seeing if Chris is working today? Because I think it would be appropriate for him to be on this call if he is.
I got it.
Oh. They're on really odd schedules with the races going. Yeah. And if so, perhaps we can ask him to join.
He appears to be online. The teams have forwarded the meet invites. No.
Gosh, and I know I got some comments from him too. Now I don't see them, but I can look at the rule and I think I can ad lib it a bit. Associations. I don't see it in my inbox.
Any response just yet?
Good morning, Nicholas Soto. Do you have any comments for or against this proposed bill?
Good morning. No, I'm not sure exactly which one you're on. I was just here to listen in. Hearing for the.
You're with, I'm sorry, whom?
I'm sorry, I'm with FanDuel.
Okay, great.
I was just, I'm not sure if you're on it yet, but
Yeah, so the
rule
first
on-
one that we're covering right now is on drug and alcohol testing. I imagine you're probably not as interested in that one.
that would be correct.
At 10:30, we'll, if you want to step away or pause or whatever, 10:30, we will officially start the one on personal identifiable information.
Okay, I will do that. Thank you for letting me know.
And Chris is on. Well muted.
Thank you, Chris, for joining for this first hearing. I thought it would be important to have you on in case we got any comments on it. I do know that Randy sent some comments. Unfortunately, I can't find them. I'm not sure where they went. I'm very upset with myself. I just asked him if he could resend them to us. Have you received any comments or concerns or information on this particular?
I haven't received any comments or anything like that from any of this. Which one is this for again?
This is for, let me just share it. So this is the right
Oh,
one.
the reciprocity.
No, this is for the medication.
Oh, no. I haven't heard anything from anybody.
Gosh, Randy had a really important plan of interest. I'm sure I have it in the file. I just haven't been able to see. Oh, I might have actually filed it under rulemaking. That would be the smart thing to do. No, it's not in there. I guess we'll wait and see what he has to say. It was something about adding some verbiage to protect us more from experience he's had at different tracks.
Yeah, I never got any. No one ever came to me with any comments or anything like that.
Well, I'm gonna keep you
Email
on.
or in person.
I'm gonna keep you on for 5 minutes just in case he sends that or I find it. So I can make sure I get your comments on what his comments were. And if I don't hear back from him in the next 10 minutes, I'm gonna let you get back to your work because I know you're busy. Here, I found them, and I'm going to forward these to Malia to take these comments. You can put on a Word document or whatever works best to add to our website.
Okay, I'll do that.
All right, here are the questions. A couple of things from my old officer of the court days. 1, all breathalyzer equipment must be certified as up to date for operation and results. 2, all persons conducting said test must be up to date as certified operators of said equipment. 3, the language for observations leading to the test should probably include the term probable cause somewhere. This will save you a lot of headaches during student hearings. So I'm going to forward this to you, Chris.
Okay.
And I'm going to resend you the language as it is in here. And then if you can figure out if those are appropriate and where they would go, if you would add them in a different color so it's easy to track. I'm going to send you the Word document of it. That would be extremely helpful. All right, that's all I need from you.
All righty. And this came from who?
Randy Bodine.
Bodine. Okay.
I just forwarded you the email.
Okay.
So again, just you can take it. If it makes sense, add it. And if it doesn't, be prepared to explain why you didn't think it made sense to add it. Maybe it's already in there somewhere or else. Random testing. Here it is. I'm forwarding that to you now. Share. There's a Word document, so you can, if you have any proposed changes, you can put in there so we can read that off at the commission meeting. And you can always call Randy too to find out exactly what he meant if it doesn't make sense.
Okay. Yeah. You say you already sent the email? Oh, there it comes. Okay, it just came through. I was like, damn, it took forever.
You should have 2 emails.
2.
One with his comments and one with the Word document I just sent. All right. Say, staff have any questions, comments? I'm going on mute then. Thanks, Chris. I know you weren't expecting this.
It's okay. I'll figure it out. I haven't gotten the second one yet, or the one from Randy Bodine with the random Bodine stuff, but I'll keep an eye out for it. My email is not the best.
I think it's because I probably didn't hit the send button.
Oh, there it goes.
Maybe part of it.
All right. All right. Okay. I'll mute myself until this is over.
forever saved.
It is now 10:30 a.m. and the public hearing for the Commission's proposed rule amendment for OAR 462-130-0005 is now over. Thank you for your input. Hello and welcome. It is now 10:30 a.m. Tuesday, June 23rd, 2026. My name is Connie Wynn, and I serve as the Executive Director for the Oregon Racing Commission. Today, however, I am acting as a presiding officer to receive public comment on the Commission's proposed rule amendment of OAR 462-120-0010, which clarifies reciprocal agreements and personally identifiable information. If you wish to provide comments via Teams, participants, please raise your electronic hand. We'll collect your information and call upon you for your comments. The notice for the hearings provided that the purpose of this hearing is to hear proposed rule amendment for OAR 462-120-0010. This is a process we will follow in an orderly manner. We will provide ample time to consider the proposed rule language. I will receive statements from proponents of the rule, if any, first. I will receive statements from opponents of the rule, if any, second. Then I will receive statements from any other people present who wish to be heard. During this time, I will also receive any comments that we have already received through the public comment process, and we have Micah Lloyd here to share any of those comments he may have with us. Those will also be posted on our website as per our policies. As a presiding officer, I may ask clarifying questions of anyone making a statement at the hearing. I may also put other commissioners, if present, to ask clarifying questions. There will be no additional statements provided by anyone until requested or permitted by the presiding officer. Depending on how the testimony is going, I may set time limits for oral presentations and may exclude cumulative, repetitive, or immaterial matters. The last day and time to provide comments or any other information to the Commission for this ruling would be July 18th, 2026 at 11:55 p.m. We welcome all your comments and suggestions. Please be aware that once this hearing is over, it is important that the Commission receives any additional written testimony you wish the Commission to consider by July 18th, 2026, 11:55 p.m. After this hearing is over, I will be preparing an oral report for the Commission of the information provided during this hearing. It is my understanding that the plan for the Commission to act on this rule during the regular meeting scheduled to be held on August 20th, 2026 at 1:30 p.m. At this time, I would ask that we begin by hearing comments from the names that we have collected. Are there any comments from any proponents of this rule? Seeing none, are there any comments from anyone opposing this rule? Seeing none, are there any general comments? Seeing none. Oh, yes, we do have one. Thank you, Nicholas. please state your name and title and where you're from, and provide your comments.
Yes, hello. My name is Nicholas Soto. I'm a regulatory affairs manager with FanDuel. Uh, Good morning to you all. We just had one quick question on the rules. Can the commission clarify whether you are making a change to the current reciprocity licensing process, or you're simply adding language to clarify the existing process?
That's a really good question. So our intent when we originally made the change, because we used to not do the reciprocal, but our intent when we made the change to allow reciprocal was not to allow any regulatory authority, only the racing commissions. We did not word it correctly because of the way that we worded it is because some racing commissions are under general gambling authority. So we included that in the language, unintentionally leaving it open so a regular gambling authority could have a reciprocal agreement. So this is clarifying it to the original intent. Does that make sense? Micah, help me out here.
That speaks toward it exactly. Yes. Some states have just a catch-all overseeing agency where gambling authority also oversees racing. Our intent always was that reciprocity was key towards a jurisdiction that specifically included racing.
And to give you a little more information, this became problematic because some of these gambling authorities are so busy right now. They don't have the time to respond to us. So we've had a backlog where we needed people licenses and we couldn't get a answer. It was also costing us a lot of time and money to try to work with these other agencies that do not feel they necessarily have to go through these additional steps. Does that help?
Yes, that is perfectly clear now to me. I appreciate that. No other questions from us at this time.
Great.
Okay, at this time, but Nicholas, it's now.
Yeah, and just
other
takes
concerns.
Yeah, and to expand on this a little more, just for your information, initially the Oregon Racing Commission required the customer services staff to be in the state of Oregon, and all employees in the state of Oregon had to be licensed. Well, somewhere around the time before I was on board, they made a carve out and said, well, you have to have customer service here or you have to have a presence in the state. Unfortunately, they didn't change the licensing rule to go along with this. So we had all these people out there that weren't required to have an Oregon license. And several of our licensees brought up the point that their people are licensed under many other states that we happen to know their process for. And it's not so bad when we're working with, a few states that we know, like the New York Racing Commission, we know exactly what their process is. When it gets to working with 50 different regulatory bodies, it becomes unruly. So this was something we did as a favor to the industry, so they didn't have to get yet another license for all their people.
Understood. And again, appreciate that context. And to Mr. Lloyd's point, no questions at this time, but we may end up submitting written comments before the deadline.
We appreciate that, and we look forward to seeing them.
Well, thank you all and have a good day.
Thank you. And with that, I'm going to pause until.
I actually do have at least
go ahead.
Some received notes from one of the ADWs I wish to put on record too. Not the least of which were comments received from Billy Pascal of Global Tote, whose comments were brief, but this are worth noting. And as regards the PII components, due to the fact that our customer service team is based in well, I think it on the record, in a foreign jurisdiction, a lot of this would not apply for us. And our employees based there need to be licensed with ORC, which we've gone through. I just wanted to note that that is in our rules that outside of the US, you still need to be licensed with us. It's a worthy point to show. And the other comment was in regards to PII data, would it be beneficial to add home address somewhere as well? I am not sure that I mean, definitely if a entity does capture home address, I think that it's worth discussing that be included as, yeah, I don't know that it needs to be made a requirement.
I think if they have that information along with other information, yes, I think it is. And I say that because I know that ISAC, the information security auditing, does consider that to be PII. So,
And then the other last comment to me is that would a definition of consumer be helpful within this rule?
do you have any thoughts on that? I don't have any thoughts one way or the other.
Don't. I'm not sure it's beneficial. I'm not sure it would hurt. It is throughout section 6. Oh, PII is defined as a consumer's first name. Consumer's social security. Consumer's driver's license.
Thoughts? It didn't sound like they wanted it. They just thought
Yeah,
it may or may not be helpful.
Yeah, I'm not sure it would be. I think we defer that one for now until such time as.
And then will you provide the exact language where you want it to be and provide that to Karen? And then take those comments that we've received, possibly put them in one document to make Malia's life easier, and send that to Malia so she can put and make sure that it's ADA accessible before you send it to her. That probably make her super happy too. Karen, do you have a question?
No, I was just trying to do the thumbs up for sending the corrected language. But I raised my hand instead. I had to change it to the thumbs up. We're good.
All right. I'm gonna do some multitasking here. Thank goodness I have some time to check some email while we wait to see if there's any additional comments. Are there any comments from our chief investigator, Montesino?
Negative. I had to step away for a minute. Someone walked in and had some question about licensing, so I heard most of it, but I didn't hear all of it. But it didn't seem to pertain to me at all.
I don't think it's going to impact you really at all. All right. Thank you. It is now 11 a.m. and the public hearing on the Commission's proposed rule amendment for OAR 462-120-0010 is now over. Thank you for your input.